While the Georgia legislature battles over possible changes to the state medical cannabis law, another lawsuit has been filed against the state.
8 losing bidders filed suit in Fulton County claiming the selection process was unlawful and filled with fraud and corruption. A senior I-Team reporter, Deborah Russell, has investigated this bid process and is here now with the latest. Del?
And Russ, this is just the latest in a long list of legal challenges in this bid process. To date, not one company suing the state or challenging the awards has won. But these 8 companies who weren't selected during the highly secretive bid process now hope to break that streak.
And we're going to fight to make sure it is done the right way.
Yet another medical marijuana legal battle is underway, says lawyer Jake Evans. Evans represents 8 medical cannabis companies who were losing bidders. They have filed suit arguing the bid process was unlawful, corrupt, and rife with conflicts of interest and fraud.
We have to make sure the process is done in a fair way.
Last year, the Georgia Medical Cannabis Commission awarded potentially lucrative licenses to 6 companies to grow and sell medical marijuana. For 2 years, the I-Team has investigated the awarding of medical marijuana licenses in Georgia. We've exposed controversial corporate backgrounds involving 4 of the winning bidders.
I was a consultant on with one of the companies that was applying in this past year.
Then another bid controversy surfaced. State Representative Deborah Silcox admitted during a recent committee hearing that she consulted with one of the companies last year before she was elected in 2022. What kind of help?
Just advice. I mean, I know the legislative process, so just advice.
She voted on a recent medical marijuana bill. She won't say who her client was, but she says they were a losing bidder. We also reported how thousands of pages of winning bids by law were redacted and kept secret from losing bidders, the public, and the media.
We can't even see what the applications are. We can't see any communications. We can't see any conflict of interest forms.
Evans' lawsuit contends the scoring of all bidders was so heavily redacted, no one can tell anything about anyone's bid. The secrecy the suit contends leads to possible corruption. Evans is asking for the court to void the winning bidders' licenses and disclose all of the bidders' documents.
The sad thing, Dell, is we're never going to know the full degree to which there were conflicts of interest because we haven't had a transparent process.
It's very hard to trust a system when everything is hidden.
Richard Griffiths was a journalist for 40 years, now a media ethicist and First Amendment Foundation board member. The First Amendment Foundation vigorously fought before the legislature and in court to make the medical cannabis industry more open and transparent.
Who's behind the organization? Who are the employees and the investors? Who are the people who are pushing that particular bid?
And talking about the legislature earlier, there is a House bill right now that wanted to strip away the secrecy surrounding the Medical Cannabis Commission and add additional licenses to some of those losing bidders. Well, the Senate agreed to bringing the commission under the Georgia Open Records Act, but there's still a fight about additional licenses, so it goes back to the House. And Russ and Courtney, you know how legislation is. It's not fun to watch it being made, so we'll see what happens the next day or 2.
Yeah, but I don't see how you make a reasonable argument against transparency when it comes to something like this.
I think everyone has said that since this process began from day one. When the law first passed, people were saying, what is this? Why are they exempting the commission from the Open Records Act? We're now, what, a year, 2 years into this, and people are still fighting over it.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
We'll let you know.
Del, thanks.
Thanks, Dale.